is that for every different human being, there are 112 ways to go about it. And that was actually very crystal clear that you said. Yeah. Kajal, can you hear me? I think Kajal is busy. So Chandni, I'll be giving the command over to you. I think you have a question. So over to you, Chandni.
Hello, ma'am. My first question is, can I speak in Hindi?
Yeah,
Definitely.
sure.
I think Hindi is the mother tongue. Always more preferred.
Yes. I'm
Thank
sorry
you, thank
because
you.
I am not very fluent in Hindi. That's why I cannot really go about it.
Oh, that's
I'm not
okay. I think
fluent in English, so
language is
it's
equally good.
problem for me. Do you think अगर आपने पास्ट में कुछ किया है लाइक योर पास्ट कार्मिक इम्प्रिंट्स तो वो आपके जो प्रेजेंट में या फ्यूचर में जो आप डिसीजन लोगे तो उसमें वो अफेक्ट करेगा या नहीं करेगा लाइक अगर आपने कुछ भी पास्ट में किया है
हम्म।
डू यू अंडरस्टैंड इट
हाँ, आई गॉट योर पॉइंट। सो बेसिकली मैं हिंदी में ही
ओके
जवाब दूंगी इसका। ये बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन आपने मुझसे पूछा है। सो आप जब कुछ करते हैं तो उसकी कॉन्सिक्वेंस तो होती है,
हम्म
बट आप उसको एज अ पनिशमेंट नहीं देख सकते। तो देखो, कॉन्सिक्वेंस, उसका कॉन्सिक्वेंस होना और उसे सजा की तरह देखना दो बहुत अलग चीजें हैं। लोग कई बार इसको इक्वेट कर देते हैं। ओके, तो कॉन्सिक्वेंस तो होती है, लेकिन आप कॉन्सिक्वेंस से ही तो सीखते हो ना कि हमने क्या किया है। अगर कॉन्सिक्वेंस मिलेगी नहीं आपको अपने कर्म की, तो फिर आप सीखोगे कैसे कि सही चीज करनी है। सपोज आप चोरी कर लेते हो और लॉ चोरी को अभी आईपीसी पनिश करता है, पिछले वाले लॉ में 378 आईपीसी पनिश करता है चोरी करना। अब सपोज करिए 378 को हटा देते हैं, सब लोग चोरी करेंगे फिर तो कॉन्सिक्वेंस तो होगी, बट कॉन्सिक्वेंस से सीखना है, एंड दैट इज वाई कॉन्सिक्वेंस बिकम्स इम्पोर्टेंट। तो कॉन्सिक्वेंस वो चीज है जो हमें मोरालिटी सिखाती है, एथिक्स सिखाती है। हमें पता है, जैसे न्यूटन का थर्ड लॉ कहता है, देयर इज इक्वल एंड ऑपोजिट रिएक्शन टू एवरी एक्शन वी क्रिएट। आपने चोरी की तो आपको सजा मिलेगी, आपने अच्छा काम किया तो आपको अच्छा मिलेगा। हमेशा ऐसा नहीं होता, अच्छे काम का हमेशा अच्छा रिजल्ट नहीं होता है। टू बी वेरी माइंडफुल, अच्छा नहीं होता। हमने कल के रिजल्ट में देखा, वी हैड एन इलेक्शन एट आवर कोर्ट। तो अच्छे कर्मों का हमेशा अच्छा फल नहीं मिलता है। कभी कभी जेन्युइन लोग भी डिफीट फेस करते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ सर्टेन मेलाफाइड इंटेंशंस ऑफ अदर्स। लेकिन कॉन्सिक्वेंस अभी आपको नहीं दिखा, लेकिन कल वो आपको दिखेगा। ठीक है, जो आप एक ऑरा क्रिएट करते हो ना, वो हमेशा रहती है। तो कॉज इफेक्ट तो होता ही है। तो एक तरह से ये कह सकते हैं कि जैसे एक प्लेनेटरी, जैसे हमारे प्लैनेट्स रिवॉल्व करते हैं, अब हम ये सोचते हैं कि प्लैनेट्स एक लाइन ऐसे कैसे सर्कल में रिवॉल्व करते हैं, अपने पाथ से हटते नहीं है। ये एक इनविजिबल फोर्स है। ऐसे ही इनविजिबल फोर्स है। आप एक्शन करोगे, रिएक्शन होगा। आप कॉज दोगे, उसका इफेक्ट होगा। ठीक है, तो ये जरूरी भी है क्योंकि यही बैलेंस मेंटेन करता है मुझसे। तो कर्मा, कार्मिक इम्प्रिंट्स, सी एवरीवन सेज get back to the positive attitude, because that is what is gonna break you free from this karmic chain, and that is why it is important, I would say. It makes you more mindful, आपको बहुत लर्निंग वाला समझ बनाता है। वो बहुत लर्निंग आपको मिलती है, बहुत ग्रोथ होती है। आप एज अ पर्सन बहुत ट्रांसफॉर्म होते हो। कॉन्स्टेंस तो जरूरी है, बिकॉज आई वुड से इट इज पॉजिटिव। या
That was
यस।
very well said. So Kajal, over to you. I think you have a question, right? It's even fine if you don't have any questions because I think you have explained it very well. You have covered a lot of aspects in just one question. Kajal, you are not audible actually. Please turn on your
As for
mic.
sorry, as for now, I don't have any question, but I may have in the upcoming questions. So please proceed with the next one.
Yeah. Okay. So, as you said that we need to perform positive karmas. Look, this is not any scripted question. This is just coming up straight from the
Sure,
conversation that we were having. Yeah. So you
sure.
said we need to perform good karma, like we need to do good and be positive. And
Hmm.
we say, but we also see that even the good deeds that we do are a karmic accumulation, like the negative ones. So
Yes.
the negative ones are we can just give an analogy of that. The negative ones are kind of a chain that is binding us, but they are made out of iron, right? But I think the
Hmm.
good deeds would be kind of the golden chains that are binding us. Did you get what I'm trying to say?
So I got this. I got this because I said this word imprint. So I would say definitely, but I think we should have good golden chains than other ones. I think
But
that's more preferable. But obviously,
but
that
both
just
of
changes
them
the
won't.
point.
But I think both of them will bind us, and they won't let us free.
See. See, for example, you come into this world, you take birth, you create. See, when you have a family, that is also a chain, but that's a good chain, no? So I would say change. We do get changed many times. We don't want it. We continuously try to break free from every chain around us. But we, as a person, have you ever lived without chains? We can't live disconnected. That's a harsh fact.
Yes.
Every time we get involved, we want to break free, but that breaking free is not suiting to us in the long term. We need someone, okay? Continuously, we need the validation. We need the chain. The chain is not exactly a chain, but I would say yes, of course, we are bound, we are binded by our whatever we are doing, and that's a kind of a chain. It's because I told you, we again go back to the same point, cause effect, cause effect. You create a cause, there's an effect. So you do good, you create a good chain. You do bad, you create a bad chain. And I think golden chains are good. Not exactly good, but they are better.
Yeah. Golden
So this
bondages are better than the iron ones.
exactly. I think it looks more good also. We feel good. Okay, we are in the golden chains exactly.
They're fancy.
Yeah.
So, as you said that the golden bondages are better,
Not
right?
exactly, I would say that is not exactly bondage, but see,
Yeah.
if you see, suppose, for example, if you throw a single stone in the water, it's gonna create ripples. See,
Yes.
you can never remove the consequence. Gita says this point. In every chapter, Gita reiterates what you do is you gonna see the effect of it. Because if that is not the case, then how do we balance this whole system? How do we decide who's to be given good thing and bad thing? This is a system. See, caste also was created as a system. The caste was not related to birth. Later on, people malified it with malified intentions. They kind of wanted to grab to the power, and so therefore they created a vibration that it is connected to the birth. So caste was created for a good reason that people are doing certain works. This, that. Okay. But later on, it got connected with the birth, and that is what basically bonded people in a negative way. So see, there are two things we have in life. There's this chaos, there's this systematized thing. We always want system. If there's a chaos, living will become hell. So I
Yes.
would say that is what it is for making living good. Yeah.
Yeah, that actually is very clear again, I would say, because we also see that if we drop all of our karmic imprints, then
Yeah.
this body itself won't even stand because how we are formed, the DNA and the how we have got the genes transmitted is also a karmic process. Our whole existence is about how the cycles of karma has went by. So there is very clear response that I just got, and I was actually expecting something like that.
You were
So
expecting.
yeah. So
Okay.
then I move on to our last question for
Hmm.
today. Kajal, if you have any questions, we still got time. It's completely fine actually. You're not audible, Kajal.
I'm sorry.
Maybe you can write
Can
also. He's
Yeah.
not able to speak. You can put the question. Yeah.
what? What did you say? I didn't get you.
I was saying that if you have any questions.
Yeah, not about the question, what Pratima ma'am said. Okay, so let's begin with the question. My question was, if do you think releasing attachment and detaching from everything can lead us to commit better karmas or better deeds, or can prevent us to commit sins?
Okay. So basically, even if you get detached from everything, that's not a guarantee for doing good. Say, suppose the motivational force in, we go back to the same parameters, intent, consciousness. patience, all these emotions we were discussing were the factors which will basically influence the karmic cycle. Okay. If we are motivated by the negative consciousness, negative malafide intent, I think that is not gonna help us. Detachment is preferred only when it is with the good intentions. Say suppose we as a Hindu religion, what we promote, you
Say
get detached,
suppose
but
we
you get
as a
attached
Hindu religion, what we
to
promote,
God.
you get
Don't say
detached,
get
you
attached
get attached to Hindu religion.
of disturbance.
Yeah, I think it should. It was
I think it's
because
now. It's now.
now
It's
it's
now.
okay.
Okay. So basically, if your intent at the beginning itself is bad, see, we talked about being conscious. If you are getting detached, what is the motto? Why you are getting detached? If you are getting detached from the whole world to create an atomic bomb, it's gonna create a fuss in the world. So that's not gonna help. What is the motto? We again go back to the same thing. Your aim, your means, your end should be good, ethical. That is why we go back to the ethics to create good karma. Good creating good karma. What is the parameter? Is the socially accepted notions which are also legally validated, I would say, because some notions are not good for the society. That is why the legal aspect is there. So good notions, good ethics, backed by good authorities, by the laws, that is gonna reinforce a positive attitude. So detachment is good only if your intent is good, I would say. Otherwise, detachment is not good. And I would say detachment, attachment, we can never be, I would say, we can say about, I mean, we in Hinduism, we do tell about being detached, but are we really detached? There's something behind the brain going on. Why we are doing this thing. So there's always, I mean, that is I would say that's a very utopian world we are thinking to create. I think if you do that, you become a Buddha or maybe you become a god. That's what gonna ultimately lead to. If it is with the positive intent, I would say. That's why I know everyone, there's a statement being given by certain, I would say, spiritual people. Every man is a god, but playing the fool. So that's the statement. God, in the sense that we have the power to control everything, being detached, but are we really able to? Because we somehow deviate from that situation, from that positive alignment, and then there we lose the goal, and then we get again recircled with the chain of karma. We are never able to break free. But people who have basically broken themselves off from this chain are people who are Buddha, people who we admire, we look up to, we learn, get inspired, and I think that's the thing. Yeah.
I think uh, what you just explained was actually a very deep concept and very good, well explained that you did it, because the concept was actually about Aham Brahmasmi that we go about in the Hinduism. We say that you are the Brahma, the creator of your own life. Because we see that people say that, yeah, we are not the God. But if we see how much our mother has given us, she has only given us one cell when we were born, when we were in womb. So she have given us one cell. We got one cell from our father, and all the food that we eat every day, we eat a banana and it turns into a human being. So it's just like we are always creating this body more and more. We see what we see right now is our own creation as a body. We are doing it consciously every day. And not just that, people say that then if we are saying that you are God, then what about the mountains and trees that we see? But if someone turns blind, there is no mountain for them. If someone is a deaf, there is no songs for them. So it's all about the sensory organ, everything we are creating inside. Even right now, I'm looking at Kajal and you,
So
ma'am.
true.
Everything is from my sensory or perception from within. Nothing I see in the reality. So it's basically very Aham Brahmasmi concept that I got. Yeah. So we will be finalizing a meeting with one last question, which is actually a very personal question to me, because this is connected to the last question that we just talked about, the bondage, the golden chains, the golden chains. So even if we are in the iron chains, the golden chains, as we see in yoga, it's a very yoga derived question. They say that the ultimate
Hmm.
goal of every human being is to, yeah, is to liberate themselves, to
Hmm.
attain moksha, to attain
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
ultimate liberation, the nirvana that we call.
Hmm.
So even if we bound by the golden chains, they might look fancy, they might bring a lot of convenience to others, but
Yeah.
they would still stops us. they still stop us to attain that final goal of one's life. What are your thoughts on it?
I think that's correct. So then again, we come back to Gita. See, this is the only book I have read properly, I would say. So a
Yeah.
bit properly, not exactly. I'm not perfectionist at it, but I just love Gita, reading Gita. It really helps you to think about God, people, world, everything around us. Why we are doing what we are doing is because it really helps. So Gita says that the first step, if you are full of negative things or maybe halfly full of it, so you first create a positive karma imprint. That's the first step. Okay. So getting completely detached is the ultimate goal. But how do we create a good intent before getting detached? It's with the reinforcement of this positive karma golden chain. Okay. First we destroy a black chain, then we create a golden chain, then we basically go about breaking all the chains. That is what gonna lead us to the ultimate goal, that is nirvana. I would say I'm not a perfectionist in this if I'm explaining that, because I would say that I'm also full of many negative things around me, and I won't be the right person to comment on that. But however, I think what I believe in my small opinions is what I believe is you create a golden chain, you break it free, and you break free from it, and then you basically create an atmosphere where you can be at peace with yourself without any chains. Okay. The ultimate goal is to be with yourself, is where you don't need anybody, in the sense of not exactly fully self sufficient, but in terms of detachment. Because attachment, people say attachment, not people, but Buddhism itself says attachment is the root cause of misery. Okay, so attachment. So basically, this one question was being asked to Vivekanand, Swami Vivekanand, and the question was, what are your two goals in life? What two things you want in your life if you want to be born again? So he said 2 points basically. As I remember, I think I remember it well, maybe. So basically, two things. One is concentration. Another is another point he said was detachment. So he wanted two things in his life. There was two goals he wants to be born with again, and that is of with the concentrating mind, that is with the conscious brain, I would say. Conscious brain and detachment, because that is ultimately the thing which you aim through your practices, through your good karma. Yogis do it through their yog, samadhi, etc. The goal is detachment and being concentrated in your mind, conscious in your mind, because that is the force it will create in yourself, that you can do things which you never thought you could do. So basically, that's going to create a very positive impact. I think this is what I feel. This is what I understand. I'm not 100% sure about it, but this is what I feel. Is it? Yeah.
Uh,
So I would again say one more line. I just before concluding, like with my points, I think so. Karma is the thing, and we want to change it through our thoughts, intent, positivity, patience, all the positive actions, positive consciousness. Then we want to liberate. So it's, I would say, more of a karma is like a something, a kind of a vital force that guides our life. So it's a guide. I would say it's a guiding force, karma. So if we see karma in a positive sense, it's a guiding force. It basically balances everything we do, think, the results we get. So yeah, it's a balancing thing.
Detachment actually is very of a issue that people nowadays feel like it's very hard to go by and commit nowadays because
Not nowadays.
Yeah.
Hypothetically thinking, if there were no attachments during the Mahabharata of the blind king Dhritarashtra, there were no wars, there
true.
weren't any disputes. So it is not an issue of nowadays, but yeah, people have been dealing with it from the very ancient time. So that's how the question came to my mind, like what role attachment plays in committing sins and committing karma, deeds, whatever.
Yeah. As we see, we are already running over the time, so we should conclude our session. If there is any feedback that you would like to give to us, ma'am, and if there is anything anyone want to say to conclude.
So basically, I think I like this platform very much. I think very few chances we get to discuss about these things. People are not careful about these things. I think these discussions really help. And I really love interacting here with you all guys. And whatever the reason was for holding this podcast, it's really very amazing to be part of it. And I'm very thankful to Kajal ma'am for you also. You have been the most interacting force over here. I would thank you, Harsh, for this. And thank you, Chandni, also. To be part of this entire group. It's really wonderful interacting with you guys. And I would want to interact further also some other day because it's really lovely. I really
We,
enjoyed this discussion. It kind of broke the monotony in my life, whatever I was doing till now. So I think it's really very amazing.
we would
Yeah.
love to make a part of you in our other projects as well if you would be willing. So, yeah. So now we conclude our session. So,
Wait,
namaskaram.
wait, wait. Wait. I have another request to make. As we recorded the session lately, we got late to record the session. Can we do an introduction part for once again?
Okay.
Because
We will not edit out this any of the audios. I want it very raw. I want to see how
it may
people.
feel awkward. It may feel awkward, but
Yeah.
providing proof is very important for us. Otherwise, like how would we gonna prove it?
Yeah.
So just pretend that you
Definitely.
just entered it, and I'll edit it somehow.
At this point of time, I don't even want to prove it. The session was so worth it, I say.
Yeah. No, it
So,
is really helpful and it is very worthy. I must say, conducting this session wasn't a waste of time. I really got a deep insight from you, Pratima ma'am. I really appreciate that. Appreciate your efforts.
so
Exactly. Thank you
as
so much. Thank you for making me part of this.
as she said, introduction. So I would be first introducing as the one who is hosting this session.
Okay.
So
Okay, let me count. One, two, begin.
so here I am. I'm a
All right.
student of Amity University. I'm actually studying, doing my BA French honors from Amity University, and I'm a second year student. And over to you, Kajal. Now, Kajal, am I audible?
Hi, hello everyone. Good evening. Good evening, Pratima ma'am. I'm Kajal and I'm studying BA German honors from MIT University, Noida. And we welcome you as our guest, and we are honored to have you as our guest. And I would love to inform you that we all are classmates, and it is a part of our happiness project that we have invited you, and we're going to discuss about the karma here. So let's get started, Chandni.
Uh, good, uh, good evening, everyone. I am Chandni Giri. Currently, I am pursuing BA French Honors and Research in MIT University. Nice to meet you.
So, ma'am, now we need a brief introduction from you. That's why we have saved the best one for the last.
So, thank you. So basically, I'm Pratima Pathak. I'm a practicing advocate at Dwarka Court for the last 2 years, and I'm very fortunate enough to be part of this project. And I really like the idea of this podcast. And yeah, we can begin the session actually.
Actually, now I think it's recorded. Let me tell you, I think everybody in our in our happiness project and research thinks that we are lunatic because our group has always chosen something which was always out of blue. Last time we did yoga, and the yoga was hatha yoga, trying to break the typical things that people, the stereotypes that people had that yoga is all about twisting and turning a body. So we literally went about more than 20 sessions in the whole of Amity. We conducted in the university, inter-university level as well. Try to getting people to tell them that it's not just about twisting and turning a body. And this time we are also taking this kind of topic, which is very controversial to talk about. And I think
Hmm.
the things that are controversial needed to be talked more on. So yeah, that's why we are here.
Exactly. We need to actually balance out controversies. It's very important to create a stability in the whole world. Yeah.
Yes, it was very lovely to have you here, ma'am. And I don't even feel like that I just know you from first time in this one. It feels like that you have been a long friend of ours. It was very lovely to meet you today. Thank you. Namaskar.
That's very actually good to hear, and thank you so much for having me with all of you. Wonderful guys, wonderful. So much
As,
best of luck for everything you do. Yeah.
as a Isha person, I would like to end it with a very Isha note. Namaskaram.
Namaskaram. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, bye.